believe what I'm doing is bigger than me.
I choose to face the world
Full of love and free of hate.
free of hate. Cut it out.
I make clean choices, and I believe in clean beauty.
I believe in knowing that what I'm using is good for me.
Full of care.
And free of cruelty.
Full of what's good.
Free of what's fake. Bare Minerals, the power of good.
Bare Minerals on HSN.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search gemstone to see our gemstone enhancement chart.
My singular goal is to improve the quality of people's lives. We just make exceptional vitamins so you could have exceptional health. It's not important that you get the products I'm offering, but it's very important that you get the information I'm sharing, because information is the key to being a healthy person.
Join Andrew Lessman for his only visit of the summer at HSN and let your beauty shine from within with his Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails Today's Special.
Think all remote controls are the same? Think again. Now when you're watching HSN and you see something you want, you can use your remote control to order it. It's fast, it's easy, and it's a safe way to order. With HSN, shop by remote.
Do you know I have been loving you from afar, Jay King? Who doesn't love Jay King? I mean, a globetrotter, a hard man to catch up with, because you are just always on the move. And you're always searching for these amazing, one-of-a-kind, unique, handcrafted. You do everything handcrafted from beginning to finish. The wonderful.
Well,
amazing.
You know, for people who haven't shopped with us or don't know what we do, we have a very niche business. And what we do that's different, I think, than everybody else, because a lot of people, you know, of course, in the jewelry industry, you know, in manufacturing jewelry, is a lot of things very similar. But in our case, we kind of have the whole package. We go right to the mines where possible. Some places we just really can't go directly to the mine. We create everything, we design everything in-house. All the silver work you see here is all done from scratch. By hand, everything's done from scratch, completely by us. We control the process literally from the mine until we bring it to you here. And these are all exclusive just for the Mine Find shows. You can't find them anywhere else.
I know, I gotta tell you, boy, get ready to shop till you drop, because we have prices that are jaw droppers, one of a kinds, handmade from beginning to finish. Here's the other thing, this is gonna be a real quick sellout because you choose from the ring, the pendant, the earrings, or the bracelet. Lowest price ever. Ever. We have a couple dozen of each. And you know, the thing is, when we talk about the combination of turquoise and kyanite, well, of course, you're known for your turquoise, but kyanite, that's a cool stone, right?
Do you know that everybody has kyanite probably in their life and they just don't realize it?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Do you know that, okay, now this is gem grade kyanite. So this is the top of the top. It's actually gem grade kyanite. Kyanite commercially is like graphite. You find it in all the electronics. It's in your watch, it's in your cell phone.
Is it really?
It's the lubricant that they use in most, I mean, that a lot of, not everything, but a lot of electronics, almost anything with electronics has some form of kyanite in it. This is the gem grade kyanite. This is like the top of the top. They're beautiful crystals, beautiful purple crystals. I got these in Brazil about 2 years ago, but this is some of the probably the most premium kyanite I've ever had the pleasure of actually being able to obtain and to incorporate it into any of my designs. What really makes this design, though, these are all individually hand fabricated completely from scratch from the raw materials in sterling silver sheet material by our silversmiths and our lapidarists. That's a great shot right there. Valerie was a great shot. Okay, but that just shows you the kyanite. It's very unique, very different. But really what sets us off is this is the Andean blue. It's a Chilean turquoise. And this real high-end clear blue material, this is all the natural color of it. This is the turquoise that everybody is trying to obtain. Well, and this is what's so limited.
It's wildly limited. Like I said, in your choice of the ring, pendant, earrings, or bracelet, there are a couple dozen of any of those choices. It's the lowest price in history. Our dear friend was talking about those optical qualities, and you know, she's right. It has that kind of that star sapphire look to it. It draws you in. And to get, just like we'll talk about with Jay throughout the show, not all turquoise is created alike. Not all kyanite, you know, to get that gem grade. Right. You do things that, frankly, other people in the industry can't do because of your connections. You've been grandfathered in a lot of different ways. And speaking of being grandfathered in, I remember a day when you used to do a lot of lapis.
Yes.
Once upon a time, right? He's like, I remember those days.
Well, the thing with lapis, just like, you know, lapis, and this is a great combination too. You have lapis and you have
beautiful.
This is lapis and kyanite. They both, I mean, these two materials just naturally just work so well together. They just come back together so well. I love it. And the thing that's happening in the lapis, and mark my words, okay? And the reason I can tell you this is because we are the designers, we're the manufacturers, okay? I know what I'm doing. We're already starting to write next year, just so you know.
Oh, are you really?
That's how far that we have to work out, okay? Because everything is made from scratch. It's not like I can just do it overnight. We have to wait, you know, like we're working way, way, way out. But because we're working from the natural rough materials, I can kind of tell you kind of what's gonna happen. And what you're gonna start seeing is from me, and I would assume that you'll probably start seeing it from everyone. Yeah. I've already seen it in the industry with lapis. Lapis is even rarer than turquoise.
It is?
It's rarer than turquoise. Lapis really comes from what that you see in jewelry that's jewelry grade. You find lapis all over the world. You find lapis in America, right? But only specimens.
Okay.
All of the lapis that you see in jewelry, primarily, it comes from the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan, where it's being mined much like it was 3,000 years ago of recorded history.
Oh, no kidding.
Nothing's really changed too much. In the area that they mine it, when they say they have running water, that means they're close to a stream. There's no infrastructure. They still bring it down on mules and horses in panniers, or they backpack it. So you're gonna start seeing less and less lapis. You're gonna especially see, you're not going to see these higher grades of lapis material.
Okay, but here's what's so wild. Okay, first of all, that price is mind-blowing. I mean, let's start there. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah, if you want to talk, okay, just from a manufacturer's point of view, I can't make it and sell it for that.
How could you?
I couldn't. I literally, from the raw, just buying the raw materials and doing this, no labor, no anything, just buying the raw materials would be impossible for me to do that and sell at that price.
It would. So just so you know, Erin, I'm sorry, you said there are only 500 of these? Okay, there are 500 only. This is probably in all likelihood for this show and this show only. You get that beautiful extender on the back, but when we say not all lapis is created alike at $13.58 on your credit card, it's unbelievable. You know, when you talk about Afghanistan and how it's really mined in that old way, but the customs and all the other things that you have to deal with, it's because it's not just the mining, right?
Well, even, okay, just like even lapis, if people realize what we go through, okay, I can't go into the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. It just is impossible. I mean, you just couldn't do it. Very few people, in fact, that's what's even happening in my case. A lot of my connections in Afghanistan go back to my college days, people that were in the Peace Corps that, you know, that had the connections that were dealing jewelry back in the 70s. And so a lot of my connections stem from that. And what's happening is that the people that I knew that would go into the region and trade for the lapis or gather the lapis, a lot of those people, of course, they were older than me, so most of them are retiring.
Right.
And they don't have anybody that's going to step in and take
Oh, no
over
kidding.
that.
So it could be a dying art.
It really is. Well, what's happening is that, because of what's gone on in Afghanistan, right? That there's almost like a whole generation that's just not, I mean, they just don't have the people. And also they don't have the people that are willing to do it, to go into it. We literally bring it out of Afghanistan to a location which is not really one of the safest locations either. That's where we select our lapis, and then it's a huge journey just to get it to a port so we could get it to the lapidary.
I bet it is. So this show it's like a rock star show. It's the best of the best, some of the cornerstone items that you expect to see from Jay, but things that frankly, like you said, from a manufacturer's standpoint, you can't move forward with something like this. That's,
well, for me to be able to produce this, just literally to buy the material, you couldn't even buy the rough stock and be able to sell it for that. So without any labor, without any shipping, without anything, if I told you just what the sterling silver finding on this cost, and that's a manufacturer's cost, right? I think it would kind of blow your mind.
Yeah, I mean, no, it really would. And you can see how those beautiful drops of the lapis and the kyanite, they float.
I love how it comes together, but if you look at and here again, if you look on Valerie, look at it, just almost like glow in the dark. It has that beautiful wet look. It's almost iridescent. And this is the gem grade kyanite. This is not commercial, gem grade. Very, very little of the kyanite material in the world is of this quality.
Absolutely. In fact, it's so funny. You can see on those droplets of that kyanite, it does have almost like that tiger's eye or that star sapphire, like that nice little...
It's like iridescent.
It is.
It's like a wet look, and that's natural, and that's because of the crystalline structure of the natural material.
Absolutely. So I actually took the other necklace off so that you could see it a little easier, but then... Love this. Now we've got a couple of different options on this, right? So this, of course, is that lapis. Boy, that's a lot of lapis for that price. Holy...
Well, and the main thing with the lapis too is not only just the look on this, but on the lapis, it's the quality of the material.
Absolutely. Now you've also got, I think, what are there? We've got turquoise, thulite and turquoise as choices.
Okay, but not this necklace.
But not this. Oh yeah, Aaron, if we want to double check. So I think
no, this is the other two. They come apart, the beads.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Okay, perfect.
This is a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I shouldn't pay any attention to the voices in my head. They'll listen.
Well, we do have them on all three colors. So you got Cloudy Mountain, but this is we are going to be showing one later that comes apart. But yeah, we have this in all three colors. You are correct.
Okay, perfect. Look at that. I might have to start listening to those voices more often. They know what they're talking about, Jay. Well, a special late night edition, of course, with the incomparable, our famous rock hound, Jay King. And if you are a fan, of course, I know he'd love to say hi to you. How did you do this with red coral? I mean, this is unheard of because, well, you have to tell the story about red coral because it's so unique for so many reasons. And this is another one of those hard to acquire properties for you.
I've been doing this in October, believe it or not. I've been in business for 43 years.
Wow.
But I've been doing this for 43 years. I've had the show for 24 years in October.
Is it really?
So 24 years I've been doing this. If anybody, it's really funny because a lot of people with their collections and stuff, they'll call me or they'll come on. We actually have people that have photographs that show us. It's like almost a time warp for me. People that say, "Hi, I have the black coral from you. I got, I bought the black coral. I got the gold coral." They have things that are really collector's items now. This, though, with any coral, I used to do every color under the rainbow of coral. We did blue, we did angel skin, we did red, we did orange, we did black coral, we did gold coral. These are all natural colors. Coral is one of those things. Here again, even from me, you've seen less and less and less of coral, and there'll be a point in time that's going to come probably very shortly within the next few years. I've been saying this for a while, but I'm already experiencing it now, where you won't see coral, especially in any kind of quantity. And that's the thing. I mean, I have to, I have to have a certain quantity of the rough stock to be able to work for. What I love with this, though, is the color of it. It's a power color.
It is a
It's got
power
that
color.
vibrant red, beautiful, beautiful. It's a power color. You're getting 3 whole strands of this. All these beads are hand carved right from the natural rough material.
Unbelievable. And by the way, it's almost like a buy one, get one. I mean, you could make that case because you're also getting the earrings at a sale price that I can promise you will not last. In fact, Aaron, this is another one we have, what, only 700 to go around? So only 700 to go around. Remember, you are getting the set. It is on an incredible flex pay of $19.98. And, you know, when you've got our resident rock hounds saying the days of us really even seeing red coral in any kind of quantity, especially at this kind of price, are dwindling as we speak. I mean, you can only imagine because Jay has such exclusive arrangements and long-term partnerships. So this is really regulated as well. And it's kind of like nature's bounty, nature's little gift.
Well, you know, just like anything, and it should be regulated too, to be honest with you, because you know, like you wish that people were ethical, right? But you know, like sometimes you do have to make people ethical, and that's what's happening in the coral industry. And coral, thank goodness, because I'm a big time. You know, I dive. I mean, I'm out. I spend more time outdoors than I spend indoors. Okay, anybody who knows me will tell you that. And coral is one of those fantastic materials that is actually covered under the CITES program. Okay, and the CITES program is where 156 countries got together.
Right.
And they all said, hey, look, you know, for endangered species, we're not going to trade in it, allow the movement of it. And coral, of course, falls under the CITES program. So you make sure that any of the corals, you know, you just don't wake up one day and go, you know what? I've decided to change my career, and I think I'll get in the coral business, right?
Doesn't happen.
It's just not something you do.
Right.
The only way you get, all the people that I deal with in coral literally have been grandfathered and great-grandfathered into this industry.
Because that's the only way to do it.
It's the only way that you can obtain the material, and usually legal. You can't, do you know that even for me, I mean, it depends on the coral and the species of coral.
Okay.
If you're dealing with certain species of coral, you have to have up to 5 different permits to be able to work it and be able to bring it into the country.
Oh, wow.
I have to have special permits for me to even import the coral.
Wow.
It all has to go through Fish and Wildlife. But also, you have to prove origin and that it was legally harvested.
Oh, wow.
If you don't have the right CITES documentation for where the rough coral was harvested and when it was harvested and how it was harvested, you have no chance. I know where there is beautiful blue coral. I've told this to several people several times. Literally, I know where there's about 5 tons of beautiful blue coral, some of the most spectacular blue coral I've ever seen. Can't even touch it with anything because it doesn't have the proper documentation.
It doesn't. I mean, can you imagine how much, you know, say we were just even doing a red coral ring or, well, honestly, if the earrings were $99, I mean, it would be a great deal. But just, you know.
Well, think about this. What would you pay just for one strand of coral?
Well,
right? Just one strand of coral, what would you pay for it? You're getting 3, and every one of these are individually hand carved.
You can see that.
They're
it's
all
gorgeous.
hand-dyed.
By the way, that 3-strand necklace, 18 inches. It does have a 2 3/4 inch extender at the back, and the earrings are 1.5 inches in the length. Donna is calling in Oklahoma and got that beautiful Lapis and Kyanite. Donna, say hi to Jay.
Hello, Jay.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I actually went to Oklahoma State University for a year.
Who knew?
Pardon me?
I went to Oklahoma State University for a year, yeah.
Very good. I got to visit for a while.
Absolutely. Hey, Donna, we're so glad you got that Lapis and Kyanite necklace before it sold out. Are you a fan of Lapis? Obviously, we're all fans of Jay King. What did you like the most? I tell you, that price couldn't hurt, did it?
No, the price didn't hurt. I'd actually seen it before and wasn't sure about it, you know, and then I've sort of been waiting for it to come back.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I don't have a computer, so I basically have to, you know, watch the show, you know, and call in. And so that's how I, you know, found out that it was, you know, back on again, so.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so
that's a crazy, crazy price on that, Donna. So I'm glad you were able to get in on that. It's a beautiful color combination.
It is. Donna, thank you for calling. I'm glad you got it before it sold out. In fact, actually, if we could grab it, I might even show. I know you saw a little picture on the side of your screen, but they're getting ready to shoo us along. You're right, Jay. I mean, if you were just getting a singular strand of that red coral at this price, unbelievable. So Donna, thank you again for your phone call. I mean, honest to goodness, Jay, it's gonna be sad when you aren't gonna be able to get any more.
Well, you know, the thing with the coral or any of these, I mean, they're not renewable resources, okay? So, you know, when things go out, what's amazing, even with this kyanite, I'm not saying that you're not going to maybe find it again, but to be able to find the material in the quality that you want to work with, right? And here's the thing, even if you find something that's super high grade, then you have to have the negotiation where you can actually buy it, where you can actually, design it. Even this is a crazy price, okay? This is a crazy price, but do you realize what this would cost? Even normally, our prices, you're almost buying factory direct on the price in the first place.
Yeah, you are. Oh, by the way, now, Aaron, we don't have a lot of these, do we? Okay, well, fewer than 1,000. Look at those gorgeous beads.
Okay, this is really crazy because you would think this is lapis, right?
Yeah.
It almost has a lapis. It's sodalite. And what makes this so unique and so different, this is probably, I've been doing it, like I said, I've been in business for 43 years. I was actually probably more like 45, but I consider 43 since that's when I started paying taxes. That's when I really actually
that's a memorable moment.
That's when I started actually having to do it as a business, right? But this is sodalite, but this, if I was sodalite, this is sodalite I want to be. We found this in Kenya. And this comes out of Kenya. This is probably the creme de la creme. Boy, if you didn't know better, if I didn't tell you that this wasn't some form of lapis, or if this was lapis, you probably wouldn't even know it. This is, normally when you see sodalite, it's like a denim, like a real light denim blue, or it's if it's blue, it's usually got a lot of white in it. Now this does have the white striations in it, but they're very, very, very limited.
Very limited indeed. Only a couple hundred to go around. 652-484. $18 on that flex pay. Well, this ring set is not only an incredible value, it's kind of like walking through the career of Jay King, because turquoise, of course, which you're known for. And then, of course, did I hear a very special story about you and Spiny Oyster as well?
Yeah, Spiny and I go way back. Again, that's what because I transferred from Oklahoma State University back to New Mexico because I just couldn't stake the flatland, right? And I was raised, I wasn't born in New Mexico, but I moved there when I was 6 months old, and I was raised in New Mexico the whole time. I have a huge affinity for it, so I had to move back to New Mexico. But we used to go, spend a lot of time in Mexico. And so Spiny and Oyster, where it comes from, Sea of Cortez, it's got a huge history.
It does. So it's that, these are your iconic stones. And then, of course,
you've got lapis, turquoise, and then that beautiful Spiny Oyster.
Well, absolutely. And, your turquoise, when we keep saying not all lapis is created not all red coral, even your turquoise is unique in terms of how you source things.
Right. And turquoise is, here's the thing with turquoise. We probably, I don't know, I'm not aware of anybody else that has more turquoise and the different roughs. Now, there are people that have museums and things like that. But, if you looked at my private collection, I'm pretty competitive. But I'm just saying, commercially, being able to actually do something in turquoise, I think we have not only some of the better qualities, we've got the highest variety that I'm aware of in the quantities that you can work with. And that's kind of, turquoise was my first love. It was the first material I ever worked with. It'll probably, I say it's my first love now, but my wife's at her house in England right now, so I can say that because if I have to say my wife is my first love.
See?
Turquoise is my,
you won't get busted.
Turquoise is my second love, but I know she's in England, and I know she's not watching because of the time difference.
You're off the hook. You're off the hook.
So I can say, I can do whatever I want now. I can only do whatever I want. But the thing with turquoises, and I sincerely mean this, okay? If you came to my private studio right now, because one of the things I'm doing is I'm cataloging not only just turquoise, but all the different other materials that I have.
Yeah.
And there are literally hundreds of turquoises that I have specimens of that are no longer available. You cannot get them.
That's
even in America alone, when I tell the story all the time is, when I first started doing this in the early 70s, I bought from 27 individual turquoise mines in America. Yeah. There were 27 that I bought from at that time. only one of those is still active.
Are you kidding?
The rest of them, 26 of them, are all shot down. So, so, you know, that says something right there. You know, and also, we're one of the, I don't know if anybody else said, we go to we go to places in the world that you would never, ever think looking for the turquoises. So, you know, anytime, you know, with turquoise, you know, is one of the things that we're known for that we specialize in.
Absolutely, and this is kind of...
What I love with this, though, you get the combination of three great materials. So you get, in this case, the red spiny oyster, that beautiful, beautiful Chilean azure blue turquoise there. Very, if it does have any matrix in it at all, you'll see it's a real soft, almost like a caramel matrix to it, but very, very clear. And then you've got that beautiful lapis lazuli. What I love with these, you can wear them as a puzzle ring. So think about this, you're making one buy, okay? So you're buying one ring, but you're actually getting numerous different looks. So you can do this. You can wear them singly by themselves. You can wear them all three together. You can wear the turquoise with the lapis. You could wear the turquoise with the spiny, same thing, the lapis with the turquoise, all the different combinations. So this is something that you're making one purchase, but you're really getting multiple looks that you can go with.
You absolutely are. And remember the $89.90, that $17.98 flex pay, a multitude of options, really kind of tells the whole J. King story. I love that. You know, your first love, you know, the iconic turquoise, and then that hard to get that lapis that, of course, Jay really has the connections to get and source what you want. Ready for our 5 and 5?
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Fun.
This counts as cardio for me. So, yep, I'm
well, at least I got mine in for the day then, right? This is good, so I don't have to walk in the morning.
Okay, we're starting up. 5 and 5 means fast and furious, but also very, very limited quantities. This is our blue and brown turquoise. Love the beads on this. A clearance price of $61.90 and a 5-pay flex pay. Love the neutrals. You can do a lot with this, Jay.
Okay, this is 7 peaks, and this comes to 7 peaks, and this is all turquoise. Even the lighter tans, that's actually turquoise. It just doesn't have the copper content.
Yeah.
So because it doesn't have the copper content, it doesn't have the blue color. This is really unique, very different. And again, on any of the 5 and 5s, to tell you the truth, guys, you know, I won't repeat this, but these are beyond crazy prices. It's below manufacturer cost. Yeah. You couldn't buy the rough material and buy the findings, much less do any of the labor, do anything that you want to do, and be able to sell it for the prices that you're going to see on any of these 5 and 5 items.
Absolutely. Okay, this next necklace.
You would think that I named this. Now, these are really limited, and this is something, I don't know if you'll ever see it again, okay?
Oh, wow, what? Okay. Candy corn fire opal?
Okay, they call this candy corn. Okay, now you'd think I named this.
Right.
I didn't. If you remember Halloween, you trick or treat, you know, they used to get the little candy corns?
Yes,
yeah. Okay, that's where they got this name from, is they call it candy corn because it has kind of the colors, the oranges and the yellows. This is Mexican fire opal. This material, to be honest with you, you know, one little 8x10 cabochon in a silver ring normally sells for a couple $100, okay?
Yeah.
This material, very, very hard to get, and it's very hard to get any kind of color consistency. We just have the last of the remaining of them. And here again, I will repeat that these are really, you could not buy even the rough material. You couldn't buy the rough material and even come close to this price.
So you could take, even if we sold one ring with one of those beads.
With one, even if
one
little 8x10 cabochon of this material, that's Mexican fire opal.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, that price is crazy. Boy, oh boy, if you want a cornerstone, you know, something that you can really build in your wardrobe.
And what's great with this is you could wear this almost, you know, for almost any occasion. It's simple. It's a very special agate from South Africa. It's not really mine per se. We have a friend of ours, Sue, and she trains the local indigenous people, the local villagers, what to look for. And these are actually found in meteorite fields.
Oh, no kidding.
It's where they find the agates.
Oh, how cool
They
is
go out
that?
and get them. This is something, it's not something that that you just have a constant source of.
Right.
They gather it up. Sometimes it might be a year, 2 years, 3 years before they even have enough material.
Oh,
to
no
work with.
kidding. But you know, it's such a great neutral. It's such a great
Well,
layering piece.
And again, I mean, think of what for 40 bucks.
I know,
this
come
is
on,
the
right?
real deal, guys.
The
I mean,
real
this is
deal.
Natural.
I know, and
natural
that's important because let's be honest, we sell a lot of fashion jewelry that replicate the look of this is the real deal.
It's the real deal.
The real deal. All right, speaking of the real deal, look at this pretty thing. Size 5 through 8, and then we also have size 10. Look at that beautiful amethyst, Jay.
Okay, and this is Zambian amethyst. This comes from a small coat, but I want to show everybody.
Okay.
Look at this is the norm. That's what I work with normally. That's just a crystal that came out. You would think that I cut that or something. I didn't. That's how they come.
Oh, you're kidding? Really?
No. That's just naturally how it came. All I did was just tumbled it. Now, if you think about this, look at the size of this. So that means I have to have a crystal that's probably about 5 times the size of this crystal. So very little of the amethyst material that we get from that particular deposit, that particular mine, is even that size that we cut it. But look at the clarity of that. Look at the color of it. And again, it's in a huge hand-fabricated sterling silver shake, custom made from sterling silver sheet material.
Beautiful. All right, again, very, very limited. And then, of course, our pear-shaped lap. This is the one I wanted to wear, but we didn't have enough of them for me to wear. I'm serious, if I would have worn it, it would have sold out before the entire show happened. So fewer than 100 of them to go around, Jay.
And guys, you're just not gonna see this kind of thing. You're just not gonna see, big pieces of lapis anymore. And this, if you can see on the lapis, okay, now the lapis that's actually in the pendant, that's all like what we call A, AA, some of it's even AAA grade lapis. The bead material is either A or the high bead material that use the beads. Now, I'm just telling you this on natural lapis for next year and probably the following season. I went out early this year and then last year. I've been on 4 different lapis buying trips. I've bought less than 5% of the material that I normally acquire in any of those given seasons. We're using right now, we're using material that we can't replace.
Oh, wow.
In our design.
Don't forget, only a couple dozen of that last necklace. Like I said, I was dying to wear it, but I knew it would sell out if I did. Now we're talking turquoise again, and I'm sorry, did you see these prices before you got on the air?
No, they never. It's really crazy because I don't get, I don't really, people would think, I'm the designer, I'm the manufacturer, I do that, but I don't set the pricing. And then when you come and you see this,
I'm telling you,
and let me tell
you,
this is beyond insane. And I don't want people to, okay, I am the manufacturer, and I can talk to this. Okay, number 1, this is Azure Peaks. It comes from Mongolia. I have never, ever seen another Westerner in this deposit. We found this about, I guess, almost 6 years ago is when we ran into it. A friend of mine who actually is a geologist, he works for, I'm not gonna say the name of the company because I get in big trouble. Anyway, here's the thing. He calls me all the time, and he's working Mongolia really hot and heavy right now.
Okay.
And the reason is good. The mineral wealth in Mongolia is just you'll be reading about it. They're finding huge deposits of copper, gold. There's a lot going on in Mongolia. There's no infrastructure, and that's the biggest thing. It takes them years, and that's how this actually. Is now coming to fruition. They're actually just now starting to mine the copper in this region. Here's the thing with turquoise. If you find turquoise, you have to have copper. You can have the largest copper deposit in the entire world and not have a single speck of turquoise. But you cannot find turquoise and not have copper present. It's mandatory. It's one of the key ingredients in copper. It's one of the key elements. There's 26 different elements and minerals that have to be present for copper or for turquoise to form. So in this case, this is Azure Peaks. I like this now. There's different colors, different veins that we get out of this. What I like with this is you see, it's like a tealy blue, tealy green. It's got beautiful spider webbing in it. It's just an amazing, amazing look. But to be honest with you, are you crazy? Are you insane? On even the original price that we did this for, do you know that it takes 4 pounds over 4, maybe even 5 pounds of raw material, rough stock, and this is not compressed nuggets. These are all the large pieces. It takes that much, 4 to 5 pounds, just to make. Now, they don't weigh 4 to 5 pounds.
No.
But you lose 70% of the material just on your first initial cut.
Wait. So you lose that much?
Okay.
Okay.
When you start out cutting almost anything, but turquoise in particular, by the time that you take it from the raw material, from the nuggets, the flats, whatever you're working with the turquoise, just to cut it down, to shape it, to cut it down to where you're gonna actually start to work it, you lose 70, usually about 70% of the material is sawed away, turns to dust.
That's crazy.
You know, where you're cutting away host rock, you're cutting away everything, you lose about 70% of your material.
Unbelievable. And so then, like, how long does it take you to do like a bead and do something like this?
Each one of this, you know, people have asked me that numerous times, you know, how long does it take?
Yeah.
It depends on the artist that's working it.
Gotcha.
It depends on the, because these are all hand cut, all hand done from the rough material.
Right.
So each artist works at a different pace. They, you know, there's a lot in the process. It also depends on how you orient the material.
Okay.
You know, like, believe it or not, they don't come in prefabricated.
Just like if you only knew.
No. And that's why, you know, that's why I always bring, you know, the rough materials so that I can show people. This is how it starts, guys, okay? This is, you know, like, and these, okay,
That's
these
pretty
have been
amazing
refined.
when you think about it.
Okay, but I just want to say, okay, this is the nuggets, and then look, okay, that's just, that's all natural. All we've done is cut them and done the polishing. Isn't that amazing? But that's where it starts with us. It all starts from the raw material, the rough material. And that way, when I'm building something for you, when I'm making something, manufacturing, you can be assured when I'm talking about it, that's exactly what it is. Because here again, we work right from the raw material, the rough stock.
From start to finish.
From start to finish, all made from scratch. In most cases, you don't really find that anymore.
No.
Even with most designers, and here again, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm sure there are people out there that maybe do what I do. But in most cases, what they're doing is they're buying things that are already pre-cut.
Yes.
That are they're already pre-manufactured as far as the stones. And then maybe they're incorporating them into their jewelry. The same thing with their necklace designs. They're buying the beads already pre-cut. We do everything from scratch. I mean, completely from scratch. Just kind of like Grandma used to do, you know, like where she you know, she didn't buy anything in a box or anything. She, you know, she made everything from scratch.
Cake mixes didn't come in a box.
No, it didn't come in the box. And you know, we kind of have that same business, that same niche business, where we're working just from the raw goods, even the silver. You know, almost everything in jewelry anymore is all either cast or it's stamped. In our case, we literally are working from sheet material that's custom made for us, and we have silversmiths that actually do all the silver work.
Unbelievable. So to get it at this price at $89.90, and you know, not to be disrespectful, I know you said it earlier, but it's the real deal. We sell fashion turquoise look necklaces from our money. I mean, we do.
You would probably be amazed at the number of people that have turquoise that think they have turquoise.
You're right.
That don't have turquoise.
Well, that's unreal.
And it's not like, you know, like how it's explained to me sometimes, because I'll go, and I'm not going to say it, but I'll go to certain stores and stuff, and they'll have turquoise, and I'll say, you know, tell me about the turquoise. And they really don't know anything about it. They can't tell you mine. But I don't want to tell them that's not turquoise. But what they're saying is, then if you go back to it, it's the turquoise color, but it's not turquoise.
It's not. Oh, do you know what? We have fewer than 300 of these. I know you've got shows throughout the day. If this makes it, it's extremely unlikely. Love that layered design. $89.90. It's on a flex pay of $17.98. This is the real deal again. And, you know, when you think that some of the top designers, you know, they're fashion models and, you know, they've got fragrances named turquoise. And, I mean, it's a fashion mainstay.
Here's the thing, you know, with turquoise, and I will tell you the history of turquoise. You know, for me, the hardest thing as a young designer that I had to overcome, as soon as they'd find out I was from New Mexico, they just assumed everything I had was more like Southwestern type designs.
Right.
Which I've always done more contemporary. I do have, you can see it in my designs, you know, I have Southwestern roots, but that I'll never be able to kick. Right. But for the most part, I've always designed something very, very contemporary, and that's kind of the look. Turquoise now, I will tell you, it is accepted worldwide. I'm seeing turquoise now, and I traveled the planet Earth. I literally traveled the globe. Yeah. I will tell you, I'm seeing turquoise now in areas that you never ever saw turquoise. Turquoise is mainstream now. And that's actually
fashion mainstay.
Kind of what's affecting it is the fact that people are in the turquoise business now that never ever thought about being in the turquoise
By the way, that last necklace, which is part of our 5 and 5, there are 80 of them. So a couple dozen remaining, 597-765. Okay, we are moving along, and I know we were just talking a little bit of the backstory behind Jay and how everything from start to finish is this amazing man. I mean, he's one of a kind. And the thing about any of this is, when you're looking for a fashion mainstay, and that's why it's important to really kind of differentiate that. There's a lot of turquoise look out there. This is the real stuff. You control all of the elements from your designers to sourcing the material. This, I have to say though, Jay, it's a crowd pleaser. You know, it's gorgeous.
Well, are we talking about the turquoise?
Yes, we got the turquoise ring or the cuff.
All right.
I know.
Valerie looks beautiful. She's wearing through light though. So, okay, and here again, this is Azure Peaks. This is the Mongolian material. And here's what's so unique and so different. You saw the material before with the necklace. It was more of like a tealy blue color, right? This is more a softer blue, like a kind of a sky blue, a darker blue. It's got a beautiful matrix. It's got a caramel to kind of a caramel looking matrix that runs throughout the material. And this is the one thing that we've done here. We have faceted it, okay? When I say that, you don't really see faceted turquoise very much.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Of all the turquoise, of course, that you get, you get different colors, you get different grades, you get different qualities. This particular material right here, this particular rough, was hard enough that we could facet it. Oh, you have to have a fairly hard material, otherwise it won't facet. And here's the reason why. When you facet something, that is the finish.
Yeah. Oh, so, you're right.
Yeah. When you have like a cabochon or something like that. Yeah. Okay. When you cut it, you block it out, you polish it. You can keep polishing it, and then you can. That's how you put that. You buff it and you put that luster on it, just like you would basically buff sterling silver or gold or whatever, and make it shine. You know, and give it that mirror finish. You can see with turquoise, when you facet it, okay, this is the natural material, the natural rough material. When they take it and they facet this, they hand facet each one with a diamond lap well. That is the final finish. So that's when you facet it, that's as good as it's going to get. Yeah, so you have to have the high quality, really hard turquoise material to be able to do it.
Well, and you've got expert cutters too. I mean,
well, I have a lot of the people that have been with me. A lot of them have been with me for over 30 years.
Isn't that wild?
Some people,
That's
I mean,
cool.
A lot of, even my cutters, a lot of them have been with me for over 20 years.
Have they really?
So, yeah, that's,
oh man.
You know,
it's an art form.
Again,
for sure.
it's an art form.
It is.
You know, it's something that you have to master.
You do indeed. Oh, I love this cuff bracelet. Okay, actually, we're gonna start with the ring first. These are all, as I know I sound like a broken record, but you know, everything is very limited.
It's funny, my mom says that about me. She goes, you sound like a broken record. I'm saying, Mom, I'm sorry. You know?
And you know what's sad? People don't even know what records are anymore. You know what I mean? So you want to talk about?
They're coming back.
See, there you go. We're making a comeback. But these clearance prices, sale prices, I mean, what have you, are really ridiculous when you consider how they're sourced, how they're cut, how they're made. Boy, oh boy.
Okay, think about this. Okay, number one, the sterling. Just if I could reach through and hand you this ring, if you could feel the weight, the density, the amount of sterling silver that is actually in this.
That's a lot. That
and
shank
this,
is nice.
and then I told you we specialize in turquoise. This is very special. This is red skin turquoise, and you could see. Oh. Okay, here's the deal. Okay, now I've cleaned this up, but you see how this red color on it, like the iron?
Oh,
okay,
that's neat.
when this comes out of the ground, it looks like a mud clod, like a mud ball.
And
That's all I did. You see that was a nugget?
knew?
All I did was cut that in half. I haven't done anything. I haven't even really polished this. This was polished by the saw when I cut it.
Oh,
It's got a nice little spot. I didn't even buff it.
Yeah.
And so, but Redskin, that mine it's been flooded for, oh God, probably going on 8-9 years now. People that have this, I have people that line up that know I have it. And that I could literally sell the rough stock for more than we sell any product that we put in.
I'm sure you could. Okay.
I love this cuff.
Yes.
Do we have any in turquoise left?
Actually, turquoise is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, turquoise is gone. But we've got our lapis and then thuolite?
Thuolite. This is, again,
Yeah, what is,
okay,
like,
this comes,
what is thuolite?
comes out of Norway.
Oh, really?
We found this in Tucson about 4 years ago. Christian, who mines it, it comes off a farm in Norway, and it's on this island, and it's in a swamp. And so they have to walk in, it's all mined by hand with tools that they can carry in. So they have this pneumatic jackhammers and things like that, but they literally mine it by hand.
Oh, do they really? Wow.
And then once that they harvest it, they mine for about 2 months, about 60 days. When they have enough material, all the material they can get there, they helicopter it, and there's the helicopter. That's how that's actually the thuolite coming out. See that basket?
That is wild.
And that you can see the kind of the swamp there in the back. You know, like that. That's actually at the mine. They bring that helicopter in one time for 1 day. Here's another picture of them mining it. That's them actually there. That's at the mine. That's how they do it. Now you see the swamp around it?
Yeah.
See the water? They have to walk in there. Now, it's not what you see. What do you not see? You don't see any trucks. You don't see any track hose, right?
You don't see an interstate.
You see a wheelbarrow. You see a wheelbarrow and a jackhammer. Okay, and that's how this is done.
That's
so
insane.
not only is the actual jewelry handcrafted, hand done from scratch. All of the mining, think about this, all of the mining is done by hand. Isn't that beautiful? That's the natural color of it. That is the stone of Norway, thuolite. I don't know of any place else that you can find it.
You know what? I'd never heard of that. No.
Well, it's Christian for the last. He's our source. I don't know of any other source on it.
Yeah.
He is the guy that has the deposit, that has the claim, and what we've done for the last 3 years is we buy all of the high grade.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Okay, so we get all the really high grade. We don't take the low grade, and then we don't take the super quadruple A material, which is just like crazy, the price on it.
I imagine.
So you're getting really the best of what you can get.
Absolutely, and then of course your lapis.
Go back with the lapis. But look at the design of this, very contemporary.
It's neat.
Read the reviews on this, on the people that get this. They go crazy. My wife has when I know I've really done something that's unique, and I'm not going to take the credit for this, okay? I didn't design this, but it's really funny because my wife fell in love with it. And she goes, I've never seen you design anything like this. And I go, I didn't. Unfortunately, it was one of our other designers in-house. Okay, we don't buy designs from anybody else. All done in-house. But it is one of their designs.
Right, there you go.
But I gotta tell you, man, this has probably been one of the more popular cuff bracelets.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for 43 years.
Really?
It's probably one of the more popular cuff designs that we've ever done. But my wife has all 3 colors.
I know.
That's why I said, did we have any of the turquoise left?
I know.
She has the turquoise, the lapis, and the thuolite. You can't go wrong with this. This is a stunning look.
It is. I know Linda is calling in Illinois with a little question about turquoise. Okay, Linda, you're up. You're live at HSN. I hear you have a question for Jay. Hi there, Linda.
Hi there.
How you doing?
I know Jay would be the expert to ask this question. My daughter has said she would like something in white turquoise. Is there such a thing as white turquoise?
Oh boy, every time, people ask me that, there's a turquoise out that they're calling white buffalo, okay?
I've heard of that.
Okay, I can only tell you mine. Okay, I don't want to box myself in.
There you go.
Okay, the reason I don't call it turquoise is it doesn't test as turquoise.
Gotcha.
Okay, it is being sold as turquoise.
All right.
Now, turquoise does come a lot of time in the chalk form, where it's more white, but if you wet it, it's going to turn blue. And that's what it is, and that's where they take chalk and they stabilize it in different grades, and it will. But white buffalo is probably what she's referring to. And the material that I've bought, the rough, when I sent it to GIA, it doesn't test as turquoise. It's close, but it's not turquoise.
Right. Okay. Well said.
Does that answer the question?
I appreciate that information.
Okay.
Well
and here
said.
again,
Well
I
put.
mean, they sell it as turquoise. I'm just saying maybe I don't have the connection for that. I don't really know. I'm buying it from right from the mine, the people that are mining it. But it's, yeah, but it
comes from the United States, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it comes from the United States. Yeah, it's mined in Nevada.
Well,
right.
See,
okay.
Well, Linda,
thank you very much for your information.
Okay.
Thank you, Linda. Straight from the horse's mouth.
And here again, I'm just telling you my experience.
Right.
And with the GIA, we couldn't get it to test as turquoise.
There you go.
I have so many people that ask for it. I got to tell you.
I bet you do. Linda, thank you. Best to you
popular.
and your daughter. Thank you for stopping by HSN.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Take care.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
But you know what? Case in point, I mean, you talk about a font of knowledge. I mean, there's nothing about this world that Jay doesn't know. But, and I think that it speaks to your integrity and how, not only how you source the material, you test the material, your quality assurance, you cut and set and design them. You do it all. Basically.
Well, I do it all. I won't say that I know everything or anything like that.
I don't know.
Because my wife does.
she's across the pond.
If I don't know something, that's why I can talk freely.
I can
talk freely right now. If I don't know how to, just call my wife and she tells me.
There you go.
No, I mean, here's the thing. I will tell you what I know, but I want to qualify what I say. But I see, especially in turquoise. Okay, I'm not really aware of anybody that has better turquoise connections than we do.
Right.
That has the variety, like I said. Now there are obviously people that are more knowledgeable about turquoise. There are some people that are just phenomenal that have turquoise museums. That that you're quite knowledgeable. But as far as turquoise, all I can tell you, commercially, we have the biggest variety,
right?
And we control a lot. I love this. I love this design. I hope you can get in on it.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so that spectacular turquoise is
You
gone.
look at this on Valerie. Look at the size of this, and nice. What I think is really cool about these is they're very user friendly. They're very wearer friendly. But you're getting this big bold look.
You are.
But it's not like it's something like where you're wearing a lead weight on your wrist. Right.
I know, because I've worn some of those cups where it's a little unwieldy.
Where they're usually when you get something this big. What's really cool with this too, these are all made from scratch. This is all done by hand from scratch. They create the wire from sterling silver sheet. Really? Our silversmiths do. And so these are malleable, so they're not cast, so you don't have to, with cast pieces, if, like Valerie squeezed that down to fit her wrist. She's got a very petite wrist.
Yeah.
See how she squeezed that down? You could actually, but you can pull that out. And the cool thing with these, and just like my cups, is once you put them on and off a few times, they'll have a memory. And you'll find you could put them on in the dark.
Yeah, they become your own.
If you've seen me in the morning and I'm putting anything on, it's really, because it's like the blind leading the blind when I put on my stuff in the morning.
By the way, a 2 and a 16, it's a little over 2 inches, but of course it's not like some big unwieldy thing, and you can really kind of customize that fit as well. Very popular from the beginning of the show.
And and here again, these, I got to tell you, these are what we call a part of our gallery collection. These are really, items, to tell you the truth, when I say gallery, that's where I started out, designing for galleries, high-end fashion boutiques. That was the start of what I did. And this is something that I would have designed for that. Now, the only difference is I would have made just one of those, and then that would have been it. In this case, now, there's not thousands of these, so there's a few hundred, right? But they're made the exact same way. They're all made from scratch, from sheet, from the rough materials.
Okay, there are fewer than 200 total.
Total piece, in the pieces.
Yeah, in the bracelet, there are 30 of them.
Right.
Okay.
So 200 total in the ensemble.
And then on the cross, they're like a little over a baker's dozen. And then the ring, we have 70 only, and 50 only of the earrings.
Yeah, and on these rings, the shank is really wide. Okay, so they're made to size,
right?
But because of the width of the shank, you want to go up a size, okay?
Right.
Now here's another cool thing. You can take it to your local jeweler. Anybody can bump these up a size, no problem. Put them on a power mandrel or put them on a mandrel and pop them up a size.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
I would go,
Like that.
if you wear a 7, go to an 8.
Right.
Wear an 8, go to a 9.
Okay, that's a good tip. And then we've got these earrings are fabulous, Jay.
I love these.
Where's
And
that
you've
bracelet?
got anybody,
Yeah.
okay, so anybody who is fortunate enough to get that turquoise, and here's another thing with these guys, okay? This is all part of our gallery collection too. These will not be brought back.
No way.
Okay, these materials, once they're gone, they're gone. Okay, even though they'll request them, I won't do them. And this is Cloudy Mountain Turquoise, beautiful lapis. So anybody who was lucky enough to get the bracelet before and you missed out on some of the matching accessories, this is your opportunity.
It is.
And then, so you've got lapis, Cloudy Mountain Turquoise, that beautiful, beautiful sky blue turquoise, and then this fabulous Norwegian thewlite.
Okay, there are a couple dozen of that turquoise, because remember?
Look at
that tewlite.
On Valerie, look how those lay though.
It's gorgeous. Okay. This is it. This is the last item of the hour and one of the best for last for sure. Now, I'm wearing it in the full length, but you could double this up too, right? So you can double it up. So we have your choices. We do have the lapis. Aaron, on this one, we do have the turquoise. Oh, we do have the turquoise.
You have this, you don't have it in the bracelet. And there's another necklace that'll be coming up later in the show where you can disassemble it. These are really cool. So we had lapis on before.
Right.
I love the bead shape. I love this design. You have 32 inches, so just shy of 3 feet. Comes with a sterling silver hook and eye clasp. So here again, with us, our main goal is this. We want to give you the biggest bang for the buck.
You do.
How do we do that? We go right to the mines. The furthest I get away from the mine is maybe like a consolidator, like lapis is a perfect thing where I can't go, right? I can't go to the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan and buy directly from the people that are mining it. I have to have somebody in between, but that's as far as I get, okay, from source. Maybe one person in between. That's why we can offer you the fabulous materials and the deals that we offer you. And then we hand design, everything is designed by us in-house. We don't buy designs from anybody. We don't sell anybody else's products. We actually do everything, we design it. You can see Valerie here, perfect example, okay? So how do we give you the biggest bang for the buck? We're direct sourcing from the mines. We do all the designing in-house. We do all the lapidary work in-house. We do the majority of all the silver. Like in this case, I didn't make the finding, the hook and eye finding, we bought that. Directly from a manufacturer, because it's just not worth it for us to do it. But all the major silver work is all done in-house. So that's how we can do it. So you're really almost buying it mine direct. And then all of these designs that you're seeing here, the only place that you can get them when they are released is on the Mine Find show. See, all of these are designed just for the show.
Absolutely, and you hear caller after caller say, "Oh, I missed out on this. I missed out on that." I mean, so
I can't tell you the number of people that call me later.
I bet they do, Jay.
Say, do you have any of this?
Don't you have some more?
Or can you get me one?
I know.
And let me tell you something. Okay, I'll bend over backwards for anybody. I really will.
You do.
But in most cases, it's really sad. Even a lot of people, a lot of times. Something they wore for years, they treasured, and they'll come to me and they'll say, "I wore this, and I broke it. And, I dropped it and I broke it. I've had it for 10 years. Can you do it?" And the material doesn't exist anymore. You can't get the material.
Yeah,
or maybe I have one specimen in my case, which I'm not cutting up.
Right. No, it's really true, though. So that's why I know we have our resident rock hound and collectors out there, but that's why when we give those quantity updates, it is important that you understand. I mean, whether it's a customer or HSN's buying
these
team.
aren't things that we repeat on.
No,
and that's another
you
thing.
don't.
Well, and the thing with mine finds that I think that the biggest thing you can always be assured of is when you tune in, you're going to see something that you never saw before.
It's true.
You're going to see something new. You're going to see something new.
For sure. Like, I mean, I'll try to find thewlite. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you
case
walk
in
into
point.
it. Yeah.
I mean, really.
Right. I mean, and I have, and here again, we buy all of the material that was harvested in that year from that particular. I don't know of anybody else mining except for Christian. So it's mine. We showed you the picture of the mine and how they're mining it. Those are the photos of them actually mining it. With the thewlite, somebody else says, well, I bought Thulite from somebody else, and I checked it out, and they did. And I called Chris and I said, I thought we got all the material. And he said, no, he said, if you look at it, it's the lower grade. And it was a ring. So he said, you're not seeing any necklaces. You're not seeing anybody where they had to use
Nobody's doing what you did, Jay.
any quantity. I mean, they might be able to cut some tabs or something. But if you want necklaces or you want anything with any volume, we're the go-to.
You are the go-to. Are you gonna get some rest when you're back?
No, I'm just, I've been off for 6 weeks. So you are the guinea pig.
Well,
we're just getting cranking here. I'll be here for 4 days.
You're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, you have to put up with me for 4 days.
Well, we love you, Jay. We'll look for you later, my friend. All right, look for him later on